Welcome, my name is Eric. I'm the spokesperson for the Roof Hospital. Today we're down in Deer Ridge and we're going to be talking about designer shingles, asphalt product that lasts 50 years and looks beautiful. So we're out here working away on this project here. It's been a little bit of a off and on weather day. It was raining this morning, but looks good right now. And we're about halfway done the project, so it's probably a good time to start talking about it. So let's get started here. Let's start first with the first thing that we put onto the roof, which is of course once we've ripped off the old cedar, which maybe we'll start with that. The old cedar here is a thick grade, high quality cedar, but it's still very, very old. You can see there's some pieces that are missing. There's some obvious, it's split all over the place here. You can see there's little pieces going on, multiple splits happening. So it was time to have this roof replaced, which is exactly what we're doing. And what we've done is we're putting on a Gaff Elk Grand Sequoia product. That is like I said before, a 50-year lifetime designer shingle. And of course, once we've ripped off all of the old cedar and we're right down to the plywood, first thing we do is we want to put on a good 4-inch drip edge right along the eaves trough area. So you can see here that we have this metal, the drip edge, installed right at the bottom of the roof, going all the way along the eaves trough. And the main purpose of this is when in the wintertime, when we have the snow and the ice build up in here inside the trough, that snow and moisture can build up and reach the plywood beneath this drip edge. So the drip edge here is to keep that moisture out. So when snow and ice comes up here, it hits the metal instead of getting into the wood. So so that's the first thing we do. Second thing we do is we put on a good quality leak barrier protection. Leak barrier protection is going to protect the bottom edge of your roof going up the first few rows of shingles from ice damming to occur. So if you imagine in the eaves trough, so of course take a look down here, this end of the eaves trough overhangs the roof, and that means that it's going to be colder than the rest of the roof because of course the rest of the roof is on top of the house, on top of the interior, which is going to receive more heat from the attic space. So what I'm trying to say here is that from about here down, this part of the roof overhangs where the house actually starts, which means it's going to be colder. Which means when there's melting snow coming down here and it's colder over here, it's going to freeze and form a big block of ice. And as that block of ice builds up, it sort of forms a dam, blocking any other water that's flowing down from reaching the eaves trough. And of course, when it gets dammed, it builds up into a little bit of a pool, and you can have a little bit of water, moisture, ice, and sneaking right underneath the shingles, getting under the roof deck. This is why we have this leak barrier protection. It is required by building code to have this there, and so that's what we've done. Of course, this is a designer product, so we've used a higher quality leak barrier protection than normal. This is a 44-inch roll. It goes up 44 inches from the roof deck. So from down here up to here is 44 inches. We put this all along all the eave trough areas, all the valley areas, around all the chimneys, and that's the next thing we did. Now we also have a rake edge here, which is serving the same purpose as the drip edge, except it's going up the gable sides and not the drip edge sides. So that's our rake edge and leak barrier protection. On top of this, we have the premium Gaff Elk roof deck protection. Is the highest quality roof deck protection you can get on a roof, and it's particularly recommended for this Grand Sequoia product. So moving over to the chimney here, you can see these old metal flashings. They're they're not in such bad shape. We're going to be able to reuse most of them. We might have to replace a couple. There's a little bit of rusting here. We're going to replace that. We're going to replace the back pan. Here you see this rusting that's occurring where all the water pools. See, it's even wet right now, and that's just because it was raining not too long ago. So we're going to replace all of this metal here. We're going to pull it out, lift up this counter flash, and you can see how the metal back pan goes all the way down and then up underneath this metal. It comes up underneath here. So we're going to lift this up, pull out this metal, put in a new leak barrier protection, which is what we were just talking about a moment ago, and put in a new metal back pan. It's going to be custom built. Our guys are going to do that right here. So once we have these important details taken care of, then we get over and we start, we're almost able to start putting on the Grand Sequoia shingles. So let's go and take a look at this here. No, this is a tricky product to work with. It's just a tricky product to work with. You can see, if we're looking down this way, you can see these diagonal lines going all the way down the roof. It's really important to achieve that. Otherwise, you have a little bit of a cosmetic issue. And the only way that you can achieve that is to install the shingles exactly 5 inches staggered from each other. So if you look down here, this is, all of these shingles are installed 5 inches offset from each other all the way up, and that's the only way to achieve that that look that we were just talking about. So, so we have this diagonal line that's really important, and there's also a horizontal line. If we look down over here, you can see that there's a horizontal line going straight down this way. So it's, you know, it's a bit of a tricky product to work with, but on a particular type of house, the product really does look beautiful. So let's go and take a look at a side of the roof that we have already completed. This is the side that we did up yesterday. You can see it's all done now, and we take a look at this angle here. Again, you can see the diagonal lines that I was mentioning there just a second ago, and this is a great view of what your Grand Sequoia product is going to look like. Now, if we get in real close for a close-up here, you can see that the shingle itself is designed in cutouts. This is a separate piece than this, and this here is a separate piece from both this and this. So it really gives you a thick profile. It sticks up quite high and gives you the closest look, closest imitation to a wood cedar roof that you'll get with an asphalt product. Now looking real close at the shading here, you see there's a black mark up here. The granules on this shingle has been colored a little bit differently up here than down here, and that is to add to that shading effect. Now you can see from the sun, there is a little bit of natural shading occur. You can see it on my fingernail there, but this black granules here is to accent that and give it that much more appearance, that much more of an appeared depth. So there's a lot of thought that went into this type of a product, and it is a beautiful product when we're all done, and that's why they call it a designer shingle. Now, one little important thing to mention is that this type of product doesn't really fit on every type of roof. You can see here that this is a wood framing all the way around, and of course these are designed to match wood, the wood look. So it's important to take a good look at the design of your house and make sure that it does fit with this style of shingle. You know, some people really want to have a high-end product, but a high-end product does need to have a high-end house, somewhat, anyways, to hold the structurally, or sorry, the cosmetic integrity of the design. So you know, of course, before you pick your product, a really good idea would be to get a few addresses of where this product has been installed before, so that you can see what the product looks like on different houses. And that's a really good idea just to make sure that you're picking the right product for your roof, because you know, we want to do this right the first time. So this is our chat about Grand Sequoia for today. I'm going to let the guys get back to work now and leave it like that. So remember to be proactive and let us help. And we'll see you next time on the next edition of the Roof Hospital's On the Roof video sessions. Bye for now.